Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Weekly MTG, the only show coming to you this time literally from inside the headquarters of Wizards of the Coast. We heard a lot of your feedback on the last time I opened up some product that my at-home setup wasn't, professional. So we came to the professional spot. It was time. It was time. We're not full-time back in the studio, but we made an exception today, and we're looking in the coming weeks to maybe being full-time back in the studio so we can do cool things like this. I'm excited to be here. Producer Sean pulled a ton of strings and made this happen. So thank you to Sean. We're going to get you some good looks at, we got collector boosters, we got a set booster box, we got a draft booster box. We're going to open up a bunch of stuff today, and it's going to be fun. Before we get to that, how about some news? So first up, we had two bannings in two formats this week. Earlier this week, Hullbreacher was banned in Commander for being pretty unfun when other people when you'd Hullbreacher and usually cast a Wheel of Fortune or something similar. The Hullbreacher is banned in Commander. Additionally, yesterday it was announced that the Book of Exalted Deeds was banned in Standard 2022, which is the Magic Arena only format that allows you to play only with cards that would be legal after the next rotation. So it is only banned in that format for the short lifetime of that format. Once Standard itself actually rotates, the Book of Exalted Deeds will be completely legal. Additionally, it's worth noting that the CAG, the Commander Advisor Group, got two additional members this week, or at least it was announced this week. Kristen Gregory and Elizabeth Rice were both added to the CAG, so congratulations to them. One final bit of news. This weekend, our friends on the D&D side of the building are holding a big D&D Live event presented by G4. So you can see the event schedule up there on the screen. It's streaming on Peacock and G4 and the D&D Twitch and YouTube channels. You can see everything going on there, including the Haven Deep Dive, 9:30 p.m. Eastern on day 2. For you Magic fans, there's also going to be quite a bit of talk about the Magic set Adventures in the Forgotten Realms over this weekend. So if you're a Dungeons & Dragons fan, or if you're just learning about Dungeons & Dragons thanks to Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, check out D&D Live coming up all weekend. Now, without any further ado, let's open up some product. We will start with some collector boosters. I'll set these aside. And then we will I'll let chat decide what we open. But collector boosters are fancy, so those are often the most fun to start with. I'm going to destroy the package if I don't use keys. Here we go. All right. You can see it is a fresh box coming out of the plastic. All right. So I will say, for those who've talked about how complicated the collector boosters can be, these ones are a bit more straightforward. They have some pretty well-defined sections. We're just going to toss that over there. It's going to start out with 4 foil commons, followed by 2 foil uncommons, then followed by a foil basic land that has the flavor tick. As your ship clears the edge of Waterdeep Harbor, you notice pirate sails on the horizon. What has made them so bold? All right, and then next up you have a foil rare. In this case we have Long Rest. Next up is an extended version of one of the commander cards, in this case the Bag of Devouring. Then we have an extended rarer mythic from the main set, in this case Dancing Sword. And then we get to the old module frame, or the old monster and hero frame cards. the old D&D art. And then, so there's 2 of kind of any rarity. And then you get 1 that is rare, and this can include, in this case, the module frame, all of the Storm Giants. Then you get a foil in that style. And then it's followed by some kind of booster fun foil rare or mythic. It'll be a rare or mythic, it will be foil, but it could be any of the special treatments. In this case, we got an extended art Book of Vile Darkness. All right, so we'll do a couple of these, and then we'll move on to set boosters. That looks to be the request. It also comes with a foil 2-sided token. You do not always get the dungeon on one side, but it's pretty common for one side to be a dungeon. There we go. Dungeon. This is the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. It's the long one. Yeah, the collector boosters come in on the other side. All right, let's open a couple more of these. And you know, I'm not unboxing the Commander deck. Oops. We got that. Oh, that's cute. So this is the emblem for Mordenkainen, and also the dog that he made. That's fun. All right, so for foil commons, 2 foil uncommons. And then we get the foil land. Venturing beneath the desert sands, you've discovered an alien power, pulsing, inconceivable. Ooh. Next up is the foil rare, in this case, the Eye of Vecna. And then next, we have the extended art commander card, Holy Avenger here. Then the extended art main set card, which in this case is Wizard Spellbook. And then we get some of the monster manual. There's the Direwolf Prowler, the Rhyme Shield Frost Giant with art by Jeff D. And then I got another module card in this slot, which is Hive of the Eye Tyrant, the black creature land. Then for my foil, I got the Boulette. And then for my foil rare or mythic, this is a cool one. All right, so this is the foil treatment for the dungeon module. The treasure vault looks really good. Yeah, those sounds are exactly what people want to hear. Sound effects. All right. So yeah, that card is, it is worth noting, if you haven't noticed it yet, a lot of people overlook it. It's an artifact land. So regardless of the ability, worth noting that it is an artifact land. All right, let's open maybe 2 more collector boosters and then move on to some set boosters so we can get a look at those. For the token, we've got a skeleton on one side and the Lost Mine of Phandelver on the other. All right, commons, Shambling Gas, Dwarfhold Champion, Knoll Hunter, and Earth Cult Elemental. And for the uncommons, we have Shusra Death's Whisper and Warlock Class. All right, and then we've got a swamp with the flavor text. As you trudge through the sewers of Baldur's Gate, it dawns on you. Where are all the rats? All right, my foil rare is Bard Class. My Commander extended art card is Indomitable Might. And my main set one is Skeletal Swarming. For the monster manual stuff, we have a Goblin Javelineer. Okay, and so this next one is where you're going to see some of the differentiation. In the last couple, we've gotten 2 of these, but as part of the sort of monster manual slot, you can also get 1 of the dragons. And so in this case, I got the white dragon. Now the dragons get this special full art treatment. You can get that in one of those 2 monster manual slots as well. So be aware of that. That's where those show up, and they look really good as well. Definitely deserving of a set called Dungeons & Dragons. My rare in that slot is going to be Zolto, Fire Giant Duke. My foil is the Mimic. Oh, and look at this. My last foil rare or mythic is the Book of Exalted Deeds, which means, where'd it go? Where'd it go? We're almost there. Actually, no, I got the Eye of Vecna too, didn't I? Did we assemble the combo? We did it. We did it. Didn't take long. 2 mythics and a rare. Easy peasy. We'll summon Vecna. Do it. All right. Okay. Let's check out. We didn't get a Vecna token yet. Maybe we'll find one of those and show that off too. All right. We are going to do set boosters. Again, you can see this is sealed. Oh, man. Oh, you're right. I got to get the hand. Yeah, I didn't get the hand. Yeah, the Book of Exalted Deeds actually has nothing to do with those other 2 cards. It's just also another book. Yeah. Okay, we were missing the hand. Missing the hand of Vecna. All right. Don't need that. Okay. Set boosters. Set boosters, when you open it up, look like this. Okay. I too heard a Dragonborn Paladin ran off with the hand. I actually watched the video literally yesterday or the day before where Joe Manganiello talked about how he pulled that off and everything that was going through his head. I forget what there's a video on YouTube where he talks through that if you want to look it up. All right, so set boosters. Set boosters contain a lot of cool things in it. So there's always a token. This is the Icing Death Frost Tongue. So these are not 2-sided, unlike the ones in the collector boosters. And then they also contain that one. Oh, cool. We got one of the special ones. So they all contain an art card. Some small percentage, I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but it's on the packaging. We want to look closer. Have this gold signature here, which is really cool. So you can get this with and without the gold signature. Which obviously, one of these we'll open will not have the gold signature. And then on the back, it has the stats for the particular monster. So not all art cards have the stats, only the ones that depict the monster in question. And there are art cards for ones that are not monsters. All right, so set boosters. So you're going to get one of the lands with flavor text. Before the Elf Queen will aid you, you must find a way to cure the strange rot affecting the roots of the ancient tree. All right, next up we have an Underdark Basilisk in the Monster Manual frame. And then, so there's always a collection of commons that are related. In this case, we have some venture-related stuff. So Ranger's Hawk, Planar Ally, Fate's Reversal, all venture. And then you get some uncommons that can be anything, effectively. And it looks like, I feel like this was in odd order. And then we got Precipitous Drop, Shocking Grasp. So, and then for our rare, we got Froghemoth. And so you will always, in the set boosters, does it, guaranteed foil and art card. So you will always get a foil. In this case, I got a foil Showcase Rhyme Shield Frost Giant. Again, with that sweet, sweet Jeff D. art. All right, so let's open up a couple more of these. Yeah. Just throw stuff all over the place. All right, so. Oh, I think that gave it away. It did. Okay, so you'll notice when I opened the first one on the back, I saw the token immediately. It was more like this. Here I saw the magic back. Now, if you do that and you open with the magic back, should be, yes, you get a card from the list. So the list, if you don't know, are reprints of older cards that can be, it can be a lot of different things. The list can be found in set boosters only. So in this case, I got Saber Ants, an insect. When Saber Ants is dealt damage, you may put that many 1/1 green insect creature tokens into play. So yeah, we'll get some of those. The art card I got. So see, this one has no signature. You can compare the two. Pretty straightforward. Signature, no signature. The artist signature. And again, this is Horde Robber, which is not a specific monster. So you'll see it doesn't have the monster stats on the back. This is the normal back for the art card. All right, so then we get a basic land. You expected to meet hostile drow in this ancient ruin, but they fled long ago. What darkness could have driven them out? Spooky. Spooky. All right, for our card with the alternate frame, we got the Hulking Bugbear, 3/3 Goblin with haste. All right, and then we get some commons, and guess the theme here, it's dice rolling. I think that's what I missed from the last one, is they were all related in some way, and I just missed it. All right, and then we've got Roulette, more dice rolling, and then for a rarer mythic, we've got Asserak the Archlich. Asserak. Asserak. I'm butchering it. Producer Sean plays D&D and has corrected me, and I butchered it. And then we got a foil long rest. That's our second foil long rest of the day. So that is our foil. As you'll see, you can get multiple rares in the pack. So the slots where you can get rares or mythics, of course, the rare mythic slot, the foil slot can be a rare mythic. It's rare in this case. The alternate frame card can be a rare mythic version, and then if you're getting real good stuff, the list card can hypothetically be a rare or mythic as well. So up to 4, up to 4. 2's pretty good. 2's pretty good. Can I show the red foil? I don't think I got a red foil. It wasn't. That one's not a foil. Yeah, I haven't gotten a red foil unless you're talking about something I opened in the collector booster. I miss Paper Magic too. Oh, we did it again. Look at that. Magic back. There's the art card. All right. Let's see. Let's see what the list card is. Ooh. Tempest Muscle Sliver. It's a common, but with Richard Kane Ferguson art. But yeah, that card is very good and lovely. Lovely. That is a good open. All right, so we got another art card, another non-monster. This one is Mountain. Mountain. Ooh, ooh. All right. So our land. Yeah, we read that one already. We read that one already. All right, next up are, it's called the Head Turner slot. It's got the fancy one. And we got a blue dragon here. You can see full art. That's really cool. Great art by Steve Prescott. All right. So next we have our connected cards. And these look to be black, red, aggressive. We've got some treasure. So those are treasure. We got some goblins. That's treasure. Our rare. Ooh. So we actually rare. Rogue class is a rare, and Hobgoblin Bandit Lord is a rare, and that's before we even get to the foil, which is not a rare, which is a Dueling Rapier. Still a good card in limited, but all right, yeah. Love that we opened a Muscle Sliver. That brings me back. That brings me back. I'm having fun with these set boosters. We'll do a couple more of these, and then we'll do a couple draft boosters, round it out with some collector boosters. Oh, that's nice. So, so this is Hive of the Eye Tyrant. And it's got that cool. That's the alternate art on the Monster Manual version, which is great. And look at that. I don't know. I'm either opening the exact right packs, or the list is more common than I think. Boom! The list reduced to memory. That's some strict statement. That's a little less exciting than Muscle Sliver. All right. So we got a Plains. You've traced the tensions in 10 towns to the dwindling reindeer population. But what has been hunting them? I know it's just like hunters. All right. We got an Owlbear. Bear that's also an owl. We got some dice rolling commons and dice rolling uncommons. Look at all those dice rolling cards. We got a red dragon. We got 2 rares. Three rares. 3 rares. We got a teleportation circle, an ochre jelly, and a Westgate Regent for the foil. 3 rares. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. All right. Next up. All right. One more set booster. Do a draft booster too. Draft boosters people are pretty used to, so I won't do a ton of those. No list. So no magic back means no list card. Yep. All right, for the art card, we got a Derider. This is also possible. So this is not the foil slot, but you can in the land slot. The land can be foil. So this is a foil island. Alarmed by the news you brought, the storm giant king of the Maelstrom has called his kin to council. We got a Neverwinter Dryad in the head turner slot. And then we were ambushed on the road by a vampire spawn, but saved by an inspiring bard who we met in a tavern just after the Grim Wanderers showed up. So we teamed up with Hama Tashar, Ruin Seeker, who demanded a price of loyalty before she would introduce us to Runer Battlehammer. I don't know what the theme was. I get the theme must have been the flavor text words, but I think my way was more fun. That was far more fun. All right, and then we got Instrument of the Bards for our rare, and so the foil slot again can be one of these showcase frames. So we got a foil Loathsome Troll in the Monster Manual frame, which is very cool. All right. Let's do a couple draft boosters. Again, draft boosters are pretty much what everyone is used to. Because draft boosters for a very long time were the only boosters. All right, draft boosters. But we'll open up a couple. Because we can. Can you get a module card in a set booster? Yes. All right. That's in the back there. All right. So draft boosters, as we're all used to. commons. This is like a draft pack. Let's do pack one, pick one. Commons. And you can get the booster fun versions in draft boosters as well. They are not exclusive to the other types of boosters. All right, so our uncommons are Cleric class, Wizard class, Power, Word, Kill, and our rare is Yonti Malison, who I probably mispronounced. Okay, so pack one, asking what a module card. I can show you what a module card is. So it's a treatment for lands. So this is a foil one. They're lands. All right, so Copper Martin wants Malison. So all right, let's look at, so this. What are cards that I would actually enjoy picking for? This, I think is our top tier. Cleric class requires a little too much. We've got some blue cards and some black cards, so either way, we might be passing a signal, but that's okay. I think Malison is better than Wizard class. I do like Wizard class, but it's more or less just a draw spell. Like the first level doesn't do much. The second level obviously draws 2 cards. The third level is pretty much a late game ability. I really like both of these black spells. I've found in this format that having cheap removal is super important to kill things like Malison. So Precipitous Drop is great because it kills or hinders most things while letting you venture. Power Word Kill kills a lot of things in the set, obviously, not the dragons. There aren't a ton of demons, devils, or angels, but they do exist. We'll pick Yonti. Not that it matters because we're not actually drafting. All right, let's do one more draft booster and then move back to collector boosters. All right, so we've got Earth Cult Elemental, Silver Raven, Spoils of the Hunt, Delver's Torch, Shocking Grasp, Plundering Barbarian, Yonti Fangblade, Compelled Duel, Manticore, Pixie Guide. For uncommons, we have Hulking Bugbear. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. The Moon Dancer. We've got a Green Dragon. And see, again, you can get the Booster Fun version here. And then we've got our clear first pick, the Grandmaster of Flowers. All right, that one's a little bit easier because we're going to pick the Bomb Planeswalker. I think if the Grandmaster of Flowers was not in here, I'd take the Green Dragon. I really like Trelasara, the Moon Dancer, but it's 2 colors, and sometimes that deck comes together, sometimes it doesn't. Of course, I'm pulling a bunch of green and white cards here, so it's going to be confusing. So I'd take Grandmaster and then probably Green Dragon after that. Green Dragon looks really cool, though. I think we've opened full art white, blue, and green so far. Let's go. You know what? We have the highest chance of opening more of those in the collector boosters. So we're moving back to collector boosters for a little bit. All right, so we got Zariel Emblem with a treasure on the back side. All right, and then foils. Foil commons, we've got Hoarding Ogre, Herald of Hadar, Charmed Sleep, Inspiring Bard. Uncommons, we've got Goblin, Morningstar, and Blink Dog. Foil planes. It's not a white dragon, but it's a foil icing death, the Frost Tyrant. Then we've got a Wild Magic Sorcerer for the Commander card. The main set extended card, we've got Long Rest. And then we've got Manticore and Owlbear for the 2 Monster Manual frames. For the rare Monster Manual frame, we've got Lena, Wild Mage. The foil is Gretchen Willow, and the foil rare in the booster fund is Lair of the Hydra. So there's another example of one of the dungeon module ones. Yeah, we've gotten a lot of long rest. A lot of long rest. Lot of long rest. Yeah, that foil Lair of the Hydras. That is pretty. That is pretty. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We got half an hour left. We can even swing back and do some more set boosters if we want. Those. All right. You come to a river, Underdark Basilisk. You hear something on the watch, Inspiring Bard. Uncommons are Ingenious Smith, Rust Monster, Foil Island. After careful study, you've determined the giant ruins served to track the movement of the planet, and they will soon align once more. All right. Foil rare, we got a Vorpal Sword. For the commander card, we got Min, Wily Illusionist. For all you illusion fans out there. Then we got Hobgoblin, Bandit Lord, sure to jump into Goblin decks all over the place. For the Monster Manual cards, we've got a Mimic and a Gretchen Titchwillow. And then for our rare Mythic special card, we got Old Gnawbone. That's a nice one. Great. That many treasure tokens. That one's going in my dragon deck. That one is going in my Dragon deck. Yeah. Old Gnawbone. That's pretty. That is pretty. It's not fun. And we've got, for our foil, we've got Clattering Skeletons. And then for our foil special, we got Treasure Chest. Treasure Chest. It's hoping this comes across. The treasure chest itself really kind of pops a little. All right. Do a couple more of these. Couple more of these. We haven't even opened half a collector booster box. This shiny treasure. Here we got some shiny fairy dragon and some more shiny treasure. All right. We got some commons. 2, 3, 4. We got some uncommons. Elaine. Demigorgon's Clutches. We got a mountain. Your path lies across the spine of the world, where every cave hides some new danger. This is one of the art cards we got. This one, I believe, is etched foil too. May look a little bit different. Enhance. 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 Next up, our foil rare is Wizard's Spellbook. Resolve that in draft. Congratulations. Here's a good bit. You should be playing Artifact Destruction in draft. Not because of this card, but there's just a lot of artifacts. Death Tyrant as our commander one. The Beholder Skeleton. No, I'm a liar. It's not etched. There's not etched in this set. And then for the regular is Guardian of Faith. And then we've got Purple Worm, Amapashar. For the rare, we've got Nadar, Selfless Paladin. Draft that card if you ever get the opportunity. The foil is Manticore. And then we're doing really well on these. We're getting a lot of modules in this foil rare mythic. All of Storm Giants. Yeah, Nadar is real good. Real good. Draft it. Win games. Where am I? Collector boosters. Keep doing those. Keep doing those. I do want to circle back to some more set boosters too. Those were fun. All right, here we've got the Atropal. And coincidentally or not, Tomb of Annihilation. It's not a coincidence. Those are meant to be on the back of each other. So Tomb of Annihilation, if you finish it, you get the Atropal. Legendary or token legendary creature, God Horror. A heck of a type line. Heck of a type line. All right. We've got, I guess that I now also have gotten all 3 foil dungeons. So that's cool. Some common. This card. this card in draft. It just makes me happy. It's like half a Cloud Blazer, man. Half a Cloud Blazer. Meet the Tavern. Reaper's Talisman. Also very good card in draft. Island. The crystal-studded waters far below the surface. In crystal-studded... I can read. In crystal-studded waters far below the surface, you've discovered an incubating egg of mysterious origin. All right, we got a foil Skeletal Swarming. For the commander card, we have Clouth's Will. Choose one if you control a commander as you cast a spell. You may choose both. More Book of Exalted Deeds. Non-foil this time. And we got Ginny Windseer. Ginny. Baleful Beholder. Ooh, and then also, so this is just, it's another rare. Oh wait, it's another dragon falling in the rare slot. This is Adult Gold Dragon. This is non-foil. But yeah, all the dragons in the set get this treatment. For the foil, I got Seshra Death's Whisper. Fantastic art by Justine Jones here. And then my foil rare mythic. Truly gnarly looking Zorn. Also with art by Justine Jones. As it were. As it were. As it were. The banned card Bottom's Demon was referring to is the Book of Exalted Deeds, which we announced at the top of the show. It's banned only in the standard 2022 format, which is a temporary format on Arena that looks post-rotation, but without the next set in it. So it's not quite what standard will look like. So it's a little odd. All right, got some commons. Baleful Beholder looks great in foil. Armor, Barbarian class, Fly, and then our foil Forest. Before the Elf Queen will aid you, you must find a way to cure the strange rot of flame. We already read that one. All right, foil rare, Grazilax, Illithid Scholar. I had this in one draft and it's insane. It is insane. Yeah, let me go to Commander. Speaking of Commander, Nihilur, Legendary Creature Horror. When it enters the bat, I have to read this card. I forget what it does. This is a Commander card. For each opponent, tap up to one untapped creature you control. When you do, gain control of target creature that player controls with power less than or equal to the tapped creature's power for as long as you control Nihilur. Whenever you attack with a creature an opponent owns, you gain 2 life and that player loses 2 life. Oh, and look at this. This can happen. So the slots are independent of each other. So I got 2 Grazilax in the same pack. And you know what? I'm not mad. All right. Relisara. My rare is Dragon Turtle. Also fantastic art. The foil is Underdark Basilisk. And my final fancy rare, fancy foil is Instrument of the Bards. Instrument of the Bards. The Commander cards are legal in Commander. They're also technically legal in Legacy and Vintage because everything is legal in Legacy and Vintage. I guess they're also technically legal in things like Canadian Highlander. They're not specific. Oh, I just opened a set booster. That was unintentional. I just grabbed a set booster and look at that. Magic back. That means list card Goblin Assassin. Whenever Goblin Assassin or another goblin comes into play, each player flips a coin. Each player whose coin comes up tails sacrifices a creature. Goes right in your goblin deck. Sure, why not? Set booster. Look at that. We got, that's Forest. Mountain. Fancy card, Rime Shield, Frost Giant. All right, we got some like red and green cards. Some venture cards. More things. You get Gardevoir, he's a Wandering Troubadour. You get a Dragon Turtle and a foil Hired Hexblade. Feel like we've gotten an above average number of list cards. Ray Becker, yes. If a card is legal in Pauper, if it has ever received any common printing. Oh, and look, we got the Vecna token. Still haven't gotten a hand of Vecna, which is the card I was missing earlier, but we got the token, so we're almost there. Thieves' Tools, Hobgoblin, Devarak, Hill Giant, blah, blah, blah. Here's a foil Black Dragon. It's not the extended Black Dragon that we want, but maybe we'll get there. Foil Swamp. Foil Rare is Orb of Dragonkind. Immovable Rod, which is a really cool card and a really cool item in Dungeons & Dragons. Instrument of the Bards. We get a Neverwinter Dryad. Aurea Pegasus are rare. That's nice. Volo Guide to Monsters. Jeffy 2020. Our foil is Baleful Beholder, and our special foil, Wizard's Spellbook. Wizard's Spellbook. You know, we'll kind of switch back and forth. Set booster, collector booster, just for maximum confusion, so nobody knows what's happening. Token, so not a list card, and you can get the non-foil versions of those as well. And then art card, ooh, Wish. That's a cool one. I really like the art on Wish. All right, so we got the land. We got the head turner slot, which is Kalain Reclusive Painter. The half-elf monk found a cursed idol, and there was a silver raven there who gave them 50 feet of rope so they could avoid the cloister gargoyle alongside Barrowin of Clan Undur and the Gloomstalker. But they were interrupted by a plundering barbarian. And then they saw Minsk. Minsk and Boo. Minsk and Boo. And then the foil is just a leather armor. Just a leather armor. Back to collector boosters. Back to collector boosters. Foil Zombie and Treasure Token. And then we get Celestial Unicorn. You come to a river. Eye the Beholder. More things. Foil Power Word Kill. Really nice. Play a lot of Canadian Highlander. And there are a bunch of these 2-mana conditional kill spells. I tend to think this one's probably not good enough. That is Blake. I think there are several of them that are better than this. That is Blake's Handlander review of Power Word Kill. Wild Shape. Then we get Plains. That's how I should do the rest of the show. Is this card good in Canadian Highlander? White. In Zombie Tribal, absolutely good in Canadian Highlander. Dance Macabre. I need to read this before I decide if it's good in Canadian Highlander. It costs 5 mana, so I'm going to say no. Each player sacrifices a non-token creature, roll a d20, and add the toughness of the creatures you sacrifice this way. Oh no, this is definitely a multiplayer card. Okay. Vorpal Sword. Not good enough in Canadian Highlander, but cool card. Pixie Guide. Cool card. Evolving Wilds, actually. So this is, again, that common, uncommon, fancy slot. We'll call it the fancy slot. It's actually the module or monster slot. So we got an Evolving Wild. Evolving Wild's, oddly enough, technically sort of playable in Canlander. All the fetch lands are playable, and if you have some, I don't know, maybe in a lands deck. Inferno of the Star Mounts. So we got another dragon. Not one of the uncommon ones, but you know what? It's one of the mythic ones. I'll take it. It does have flying and haste. I don't know. Medium red could play it, but the pump spell there, the pump ability is kind of flavor text. You can pump it to 20. Your opponent's already dead. Loathsome Troll. Very cool. And our foil special card is a foil monster manual Minsk Beloved Ranger. Card is very cool. I could possibly see this seeing play in a Naya build. The 3/3 for 3 that comes with another body and can make other creatures bigger, but it's probably 2 mana intensive. But really cool commander card. Probably a great cube card and some cubes. Minsk Beloved Ranger. So here's Minsk with both versions. All right, let's set booster. Set booster. We haven't opened a Boo token yet, and we should. Just because. Oh, okay. So let's talk about these. Also in set boosters, instead of a token or an ad card, sometimes you will get these mini games. And they're just little mini games that you can play literally with the pack that you got there. And it's got the rules, it's got the objective, how many players can play, how long it'll play. So be on the lookout for those. They're just fun little mini games. They're little add-ins. All right, then we got, speaking of long rest, we got the art card. This is Weekly MTG brought to you by Long Rest this week. Any Windseeker, then we got some blue commons. We got a white card and some more blue cards and a white card. And Orcus, Prince of Undeath. And then our foil is Paladin's Shield. So that is a single rare set booster. And then back to collector boosters. Maximum Confusion. Packs are also very cool and shiny. I really like that Beholder art. All right. We got some foil commons, foil uncommons, foil land. Ooh, this is nice. I've done a bunch of drafts online. I've not yet seen a Zariel Archduke of Avernus. I was starting to believe it didn't exist because I've not drafted it. I've not had it played against me. That card is strong. In foil, it's the art's a little dark. The card. Yeah, cool. All right. The commander card, Ride the Avalanche. Oh, is Zariel playable in Canlander? Yes. I'm going to say yes. Maybe in like a medium red. It's okay. I'm not sure it does enough. All right. Ride the Avalanche. The next spell you cast this turn can be cast as though it had flash. When you cast your next spell this turn, put X +1/+1 counters on up to one target creature where X is the mana value of that spell. So we've seen some cards like this, like Quicken, for example, in the past. And very cool, super strong in Canadian Highlander, super strong in Commander, not so strong in Canadian Highlander. Also, foil token. Oh, look. We got the Devil to go along with Zariel. That's cool. Yeah, Quicken with upside for twice the mana and gold. Teleportation Circle, really cool card. Probably not Canlander playable. Definitely Commander playable in any kind of Blink deck. Anything with a strong artifact theme where the artifacts have come to play abilities. Very cool card. All right, we got a Clattering Skeleton. We got Hulking Bugbear. For a rare, we've got the Westgate Regent. It can get big pretty fast. Still don't think it's Canlander playable. Foil Pixie Guide. Oh, Eye of Vecna. Eye of Vecna. So Eye of Vecna is interesting to me simply because there are a lot of uses for 2-mana artifacts that cantrip when they come into play. It's possibly Canlander playable in that it fulfills that basic function, and then if you need it, there's the upside of being able to draw more cards as the game goes on. I think you could potentially play it in a deck like Doom Foretold in Standard as well. I've had some success with it in Draft. Oh, we got that token. Guinevere. Token. The art card. We've got You Meet in a Tavern. All right, and then we go Swamp. The head turn is Baleful Beholder. And we got some cards that let you venture and care about when things die. We got a regular old red dragon, a ranger's longbow, Earthcult Elementus, another Grandmaster of Flowers, and a foil rust monster. Grandmaster of Flowers. Grandmaster of Flowers. All right, collector boosters. We still got 10 minutes of pack openings left. Whatever am I going to do with myself? And by that, I mean I'm going to open more packs. We'll foil Dungeon of the Mad Mage. And Goblin, too, also. All right, commons. None of those. None of those are Commander playable. Maybe, like, if you really want another Raging Goblin, you liked Raging Goblin in Canlander, boy, have I got a card for you. Like nobody watching this is plays Canlander or cares that I'm talking about it. Cradle of Baldur's Gate. Really strong card in Draft. I've won many a game by casting that card on turn 2. We got a Foil Island. Volo, Guide to Monsters, as our foil rare. Probably not Canlander playable, but it's got some copying spells is pretty powerful, so maybe. Maddening Hex. Whenever enchanted player casts a non-creature spell, roll a d6. Maddening Hex deals damage to that player equal to the result. Then attach Maddening Hex to another one of your opponent's chosen at random. So in a 2-player game, this just sits on someone, and they can't cast non-creature spells without taking damage. Not bad. Asserak, the Archlich. So this card is Canlander playable because it combos with Allurin, actually, to simply go infinite. You just don't go into the Tomb of Annihilation, and you can continually play this with Allurin, bounce it back to your hand, and keep venturing into the other 2 dungeons. You can draw your deck, which should be able to win if you're doing that in Canlander. So yeah, that card is definitely Canlander playable as part of that combo at minimum. And then we got Owlbear and Manticore action. Zorn, who's more suited for like probably a Commander treasure deck. Arborea Pegasus. And White, we have already determined is playable in Canlander zombie deck. Set booster. Set booster. Have I hit double mythic this month? I actually haven't yet. I hit constructed mythic pretty early on, and then I stopped playing limited until this set came out, just to save my gems and gold. And so I'm in whatever it is before mythic, diamond or platinum. I always get those 2 mixed up. I have to get through the next 4 runs. Cool, we got the Black Dragon. So we're getting there. Getting there. Yes, missing red. Missing red. We got a Nadar for a rare and a Grim Bounty. Oh, look at this. We got a list card. Llanowar Reborn. Solid spell. Or solid land. In exchange for entering the battlefield tap, it can put a +1/+1 counter on the thing. Also, worth noting, our swamp was foil, too. So, not a bad set booster pack. We're out of collector boosters. I guess that just means we have to open the next collector booster box. Oh no! Oh no! Whatever will we do besides open more collector boosters? The other reason I'm not double mythic yet, well, only halfway through the month, but I'm solidly mediocre at AFR draft. Just like real mediocre. I tend to know, I know, the full art dragons they're super nice. I am a big fan. Yeah, we've opened 4 of the 5 uncommons. We opened the rare and the adult gold dragon. We opened the green mythic. And I think that's it. All right, commons. Uncommons. There's a foil red dragon. We continue to open the Book of Exalted Deeds. Probably not Canlander playable. So the combo that was in the standard 2022 format that lets you not die. Wasteland is Wasteland, Strip Mine. Those are all cards, and so not Canlander playable. Too slow. Too slow. Robe of Stars, which lets the equipped creature phase out. Doesn't do enough for Canlander. Now this one actually is a Canlander playable card. So Loyal Warhound. If now I'm drawing a blank on the other one of these. The one he's riding a lion. He makes up anyway. Other people know what I'm talking about. Knight of the White Orchid. That's it. Knight of the White Orchid. So if you're in the mood for Knight of the White Orchid, then you're almost certainly in the mood for a Loyal Warhound. Arboreal Pegasus, Pixie Guide. Here's another adult gold dragon. Really pretty. Full art. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, now wait for the last card too. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Dragon, dragon, dragon. Dragon, dragon, dragon. Copper Martin, as to why they specify basic planes so much lately. So R&D, this is not the official response from R&D, but it's my understanding is that they're expanding White's ability to search up planes. But White's ability is not meant to be color fixing. And so searching up a planes where you get a tri-land, for example, is not really what they're trying to do with White. They're trying to let White catch up and get more lands, but having it also be color fixing bleeds a little bit too much into green as part of the color pie. Yeah, that was nice. Old Gnawbone, a little white dragon, a little adult gold dragon. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. All right, all right. So it's 328. So I'm gonna do the last set. Oh, look at that with the list card in it. We're so good at this game. I'm pretty sure this is above average for a box, everyone. But okay, last set booster, one more collector booster, and then we'll call it a stream. Here is Xanathar Guild Kingpin for the. You'll notice we've opened a bunch of list cards and only one artist signature card. All right, Plains. Fancy Displacer Beast. That's the first one of those we've gotten. All right, we got some commons and uncommons. Pargnar, it's fun to say. Rare is Flumph. We got a foil blue dragon. Oh, that's not bad. That is a Gemstone Caverns for our list card. That is pretty solid. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, last collector booster. Last collector booster, and then we'll call it a show. Thank you everyone for joining. This was fun. I always enjoy these shows because I like opening packs. It's fun. It's fun, and you guys make it fun. So thanks for chatting with me. Thanks for hanging out. We got Clattering Skeletons, Bridle, another Zorn, Foil Mimic, Ooh, fancy orchid, Prince of Undeath. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us from inside the studio. We're not going to be doing this regularly until at the soonest, probably August. But when you see us here, you see us here. But we will be back on Weekly MTG with cool stuff coming up. We've got some news and some cool stuff to share coming up that I'm not going to get into yet. But thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.